Are you knowing what you are wanting? That's a good thing. Being clear about what you want is so helpful. Being clear about what you want helps you to know what you're doing vibrationally. In other words, if you're clear about what you want and for some reason you are observing something that opposes it, or remembering something or believing something that is in contradiction to your desire, if your desire is focused and sharp and clear within you, then your emotional guidance system will let you know the offness of your vibrational mix. So thinking about what you want is so helpful because it helps you figure out, if you are aware of your guidance system and if you know what your emotions mean, you can feel your level of personal self-destructive opposition to your own desires. And that's so helpful because it is only your own personal opposition to your own desires that ever holds anything up or slows it down or keeps you from realizing it fully. Did you get that? In other words, no one else can affect you. Oh well, your attention to them and your reaction to them, and therefore your vibrational response to them, which is included in your vibrational mix, certainly that does affect you, but you have so much more control over your vibrational mix than you know. And being clear about what you want is really an important first step in the stronger activation of your emotional guidance system. We want you to be so clear about what you want and your own desires to be so active in your vibration that when other things come, they play a very minor role in your vibrational mix. And you can tell by the level of your emotion, by the degree of it, by the bigness or smallness of it, you can feel what your emotional involvement is. In other words, if you're mostly feeling really good and mostly very optimistic and mostly anticipating good things for yourself and for others, and you witness something that is other than that, you will feel it, but you will feel it in proportion. And that's really what we want to talk about here today. We want to talk about your emotional proportional mix. We want to talk about the mix between your desires and your beliefs. We want your desires to reign supreme and your beliefs to adjust to them. We don't want you to have been dragging a belief around of your inadequacy or of the injustice or unfairness of the world. We don't want you to have been dragging one of those beliefs around and using it as a hindrance to the things that you want, because those kinds of thoughts do hinder what you want. You just cannot give airtime to the things that you're pushing against. In your human experience, there's a war against drugs and a war against AIDS and a war against cancer and a war against teenage pregnancy and a war against terrorism, a war against, and every single one of them getting bigger. Because what you give your attention to, you attract to you. There is no such thing as the law of exclusion or the law of get that away from me. There is no such thing. There's only the law of attraction. So when you look at something you want to be in your life experience and you give it your attention, the law of attraction is this powerful law that is the manager of the vibrational mix. And you are a vibrational being. Do you know that? You are vibrational first and foremost, and those vibrations turn to thoughts, and those thoughts turn to things. And yes, you live in this world where there is such wonderful manifestation, and by that we mean manifestation that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. But when what you see and hear and smell and taste and touch becomes the only thing you think about, and you don't give thought to the things that are still in the vibrational mix, that are still in the state of becoming, when you're not tending to your early stage vibrations that will end up being manifested, if you wait until it's manifested before you address it, oh, there's so much momentum already underway. It is much more difficult, and it would be so much easier for you to become a dreamer who dreams a dream than a realist who opposes so much that's already here. Your opposition to what's here messes up your vibration. You're dreaming of what is coming, and we have a little disagreement there, because you think that what's in the vibrational mix that you cannot yet see or hear or smell or taste or touch, a little bit like the baby in the womb, although you do have your devices that let you see it. But it's not the same, is it? The baby in the womb is not the same as the baby in the arms. It's a different experience. You know that it is. Let's not nitpick over that.
Your true power is the key to amazing life. Don't take your eyes off the screen, because the next part will help you a lot in the process of finding your power.
We're asking you to discover the power of focus and influence your pessimistic others into alignment with their own source energy. What we really want for you is that you discover your own power, and until you do, then you're sort of sloppy in your creating. You're creating by default, and then you make up stuff about how it works because you innately know that things should be going well for you, and when they're not, then you come to flawed conclusions like it's not fair when it always is, or like you're not blessed when you always are, or like you're not good when you absolutely are, or like you're not deserving when you certainly are, or like somebody else is taking advantage when that cannot be. It's attraction, 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 attraction. It's attraction. It is attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's attraction. It's only attraction. There is no assertion. Therefore, our yelling does not help. It's attraction. It's only attraction. It's only attraction. And you've got to figure out what your point of attraction is. But here's the thing. You are more than this physical body. You are this physical body, and this physical body matters. And you, in this personality that you know as you, is an extension of source energy. And that source energy of which you are an extension is alive and current in your experience, and also has a point of attraction. We call that your inner being. You can call it whatever you want to, but you are an extension of it, and that which you are an extension of is pure positive energy. That which you are an extension of is undiluted, non-resistant focus. So when you in your physicalness are living a moment in time, and you clearly know what you don't want because it felt awful when you lived it, in that moment you launch an equivalent rocket of desire. That experience, which was unpleasant to you, was a clarifying moment. And in its clarification, you launched a rocket of desire, which this non-physical, undiluted, non-resistant, pure positive energy, powerful part of you received and focused upon. And that's been going on for so long, for more than you have the ability to understand in terms of time, for more than you have the ability to understand in terms of your beingness. That non-resistant part of you is powerful because of the amount of life that has been lived, and what's been sorted and sifted, and what's been decided, and who you really are. You have a desire, but you have beliefs, because your beliefs are based upon what is happening, where your desire is based upon what you want and what's in your vortex. And so your beliefs are the things that mute your desires. And so most humans don't have really pure desires. You've got desires that are muted because a belief is just a thought you continue to think, and a desire is a thought that you think too. So if you're giving some airtime, so to speak, to your desires, that's wonderful. But if you're giving equal or more airtime to a belief that is in contradiction to the desire, then the mix of your vibrations is the way your life plays out. And there are people who have been with us for quite a long time that still have that experience of realizing, as things play out from time to time, that they've got more hindering beliefs than they realized that they had, because a lot of people are not really owning up to how they really feel about things. They've learned to say words that sound positive, and then they fool themselves by believing that what they're saying is what they're offering vibrationally, until life plays out and shows them something different. The age factor is not a factor, except that humans think it is. But a human who doesn't think that the age is a factor, it would not be easy to be a human that doesn't factor in what almost every other human factors in, but you could do it. So we want to say, if any desire is strong enough, and by that we mean dominant enough, by that we mean not contradicted by beliefs that are constantly pounding away at it, then any desire can come about. It just does not matter.